What if, for just 5 seconds, the Earth stopped spinning? No warning, no explanation, just stopped. At first, you might not even notice. But then, something feels wrong. The air around you shifts. A strange silence takes over. And then, chaos. But why? What would actually happen? Let's find out. To understand the disaster that would unfold, we first need to talk about momentum and the frame of reference. Right now, as you're watching this, you're moving at around 1670 kilometers per hour if you're near the equator. But you don't feel it because you, along with everything around you, including the air, the buildings and the ocean, are all moving together in the same frame of reference. It's like being on a smooth-moving train. As long as everything is moving at the same speed, you don't notice the motion. You don't feel it because everything, including the air, the buildings and the ocean, is moving with you. But if the planet were to suddenly slam on the brakes, your frame of reference would be shattered. The ground beneath you would stop instantly, but everything else, including you, would continue moving at the same insane speed due to inertia. That's when chaos begins. Everything not nailed down. Actually, scratch that. Even most things that are nailed down would keep moving at that insane speed. You'd go flying. Buildings? They'd be obliterated as the force rips them apart. Cars? Launched through the air like missiles. The sheer destruction from that alone would be unimaginable. But it doesn't stop there. The oceans. Oh man, the oceans would keep surging forward, creating tsunamis so massive that entire coastlines would be wiped off the map in seconds. Cities like New York, Tokyo, and Rio de Janeiro? Gone. These waves would crash far inland, swallowing everything in their path before the water eventually settled into a new chaotic landscape. And if you thought the air wouldn't be affected, think again. The atmosphere would still be moving at full speed while the land beneath it stops. This means winds strong enough to flatten forests, strip the soil off the ground, and basically turn the entire planet into a storm-ridden wasteland. This would be like the worst hurricanes in history, multiplied by 1,000. Now here's where it gets even crazier. This sudden change in forces would put incredible stress on the Earth's crust. We're talking earthquakes on a scale never seen before. Entire continents could fracture, and volcanic eruptions would explode all over the place. The planet would quite literally be shaking itself apart. If by some miracle you survived all of that, you'd have just enough time to take in the devastation before the Earth started spinning again. But here's the catch. What happens next depends entirely on how the planet resumes rotation. If it gradually eased back into motion, the worst might be over. However, if it were to suddenly snap back to its original speed, the chaos would continue. Everything that had been violently thrown forward would now be yanked in the opposite direction. Already crumbling buildings would collapse completely, sending debris flying through the air. Massive dust storms would rise, turning entire cities into choking wastelands. The sudden shift could also trigger powerful secondary earthquakes, landslides and aftershocks, compounding the destruction. For any remaining survivors, it would feel like the planet was breaking apart for a second time. Only this time, there'd be even less left standing. Now, obviously, this isn't something that's going to happen. The Earth isn't going to just stop spinning out of nowhere. But thinking about these kinds of extreme scenarios really makes you appreciate just how much we take for granted. It really makes you wonder how fragile yet resilient our planet is. The delicate balance of nature and physics keeps everything in motion, literally. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into doomsday scenarios, hit that like button, subscribe for more crazy science breakdowns, and I'll catch you in the next one.